What's going on, everybody? It's me, Shane, and I'm here with another Yashahime Have Demon Princess episode review recap. Today's episode is episode 7, Meeting Through an Apple. Got some notes here, so let's just go ahead and get right on into it. So, last time we had the three princesses taking on the cat demon that had taken over the monk, and now this time we get a nice little recap of everything that's happened that's not that or what they fought. Is just what's happened with Towa. And Towa is now just in a tree. It's where we catch her, and suddenly a spider. It looks like an onigumo, a spider yokai, spider demon is attacking her, and she's using her beams sword, and then Kohaku comes out of there with his sickle blade. We see Setsuna riding behind Hisu on top of Kirara. And we also see two others. I know one of their names is Makoto. I can't remember the other gentleman's name, but they're attacking with heavy weapons. And we get a nice little combo of Setsuna using Cyclone Burst and Hisu using his mother's, the giant boomerang. Just spins the thing up and they split it right down the middle. Kohaku even says, they're getting better with their teamwork, as well as saying Towa is doing a great job of being able to sense demons. So that little defect is going away. Thank goodness. We are then shown a flying tiger, and I almost forgot that one of the Four Perils is a flying tiger. It is Koyuki. She's flying towards a boat, a large, weird-looking boat, and on this boat is Kirin Maru. She meets with him. He tells her, I'm sorry, she tells him that Beniyasha had killed Tokotsu and his son, and the other demons that had helped her were Shishomaru's daughters. Uh, to note, Kiyomaru's wearing like a fox mask. One side has the eye covered, the other the eye is uncovered, and he didn't know who Tokotsu was. He asked who was that, and she informed him he was one of her generals, one of the Four Peril generals that he gave the red pearl to. And he said, "Oh, dude must be really strong to be in my army." Picks a grape, chews it, and spits it out, saying, "It tastes awful." Because at the same time, Kyokin, yep, Kyoki, had asked if she could take care of, the princesses for him. And when he uh, made that comment about the grape tasting bad, she said, "Cool, I'll get right on that." Which I guess was the ruler way of saying, "This is beneath me. I don't have time to think about this." Anyway, the two twins, they get back to Kaede's place, and Toa asks Setsuna if she'll play the violin for her. She was making note that Mama Moe, her adopted mother, would always play the violin for her after she got in from having a fight. So, Setsuna plays, and Toa drifts to sleep. She has a dream about her and her sister having a shopping day, and then they both hug on this giant cat that looks like the Higurasu family cat, while her adopted mother's playing a violin. She, she's dreaming of helping her sister, and finally they having a nice life together. So, uh, she's sleeping very peacefully. So in the morning, Setsuna takes off with the demon hunters to help, do what they do. Toa is initially very comically upset about what has happened. Kaede just kind of said, "Well, you're sleeping peacefully, and so what are you gonna do?" And Toa says, "I'm gonna prove that I'm not annoyance and that I am not, getting in the way. I'm gonna go to Mount Miyabushi, see if I can find this stupid butterfly." So she makes her way go towards the mountains, and she's lamenting on the fact that she can't really use a modern map for this feudal era. And we are greeted by some Bishojo type character sitting in a tree making the same remark about a grape tasting nasty while being on the tree. He drops from the tree once he sees Toa. We're introduced to the pirate Riki. Riki is saying, she's ready to attack him. He says, "No, I'm not here to cause any trouble, but you're lost, I'm lost. Let's go find, let's find our way out together. I'm looking for my boat. my boat is, I know I got here by an ocean. And she's saying, okay, well, I plan on going to the mountains, but let me just help you out. And she sniffs. She says, oh, yeah, there's, water this way. Well, they end up making their way and they get to some water, but it's just a stream. At this time, Towa makes note that we can have a picnic here. That's fine. Uh, Riki taps a blue jewel on his ear, making water rise, and he drinks from it. While Toa has, she had cups. She made some cup noodles with some bottled water, had an apple, banana, modern things that people eat in Japan. I'm assuming, and she had offered him some of the food, offered him the apple. And he takes a bite of the apple and he says, oh, this is delicious. Thank you. He said, this is way too good for me, especially, given that I was neglected by my master. It seemed like maybe he was just saying this under his breath, or maybe she just didn't care enough to ask. But he makes note, hey, is that the sword Kikimanji? And she said, yeah, but, it's a fake. Shows him the broken sword. He says, let's also make you note there is a wrapped up item that looks like a wrapped up sword that he was carrying with him. And he's saying, yeah, I know the real sword is with this deputy shogun at this deputy place made by this and this and this. He says, you know what, for your hospitality, for you being good to me, I promise I will make it. I will repay you for this. He taps it again, and suddenly a guy on a boat is just coming around the bend of the river. And one interesting things that Towa says is, make sure you give me the apple core. Can't have it, laying around and changing the future. I guess if you do have a random apple tree growing somewhere, it could change some things. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, Tesla, where the sword is and all this other stuff. But he says, hey, I'll pay you back. He jumps on the boat. She says, hey, you forgot this? He's like, no, you can keep it. Consider it, as part of me thanking you for feeding me. And I don't know why she didn't pay attention. When she unwrapped the sword, it was the exact same sword she had. The same hand guard, same look and everything. And of course some guards come out, and mind you, he did introduce himself as Riki, because for a while, I know I'm backtracking, but for a while he was initially called her Mr. Samurai. And he saw her clothing, and as he spoke to her, he said, oh, you're a lady. You're a princess. So he starts calling her princess. And when she starts calling him Mr., he says, no, I'm Pirate Riki. What's your name, lady? They introduce each other. So, as she now has this blade and has got ambushed by the Shogun, the deputy Shogun's guards, they're like, oh, you guys stole it. You're the person that stole this from us a couple days ago. And suddenly comes in episode 1, we saw the guy that turned out to be the owl. This is Owl Man, or Owl Guy. And her nose was so good, she's like, oh, that guy's an apparition. Okay, cool. She's getting tied up and everything. She's getting bound. And this is right where we left off in episode 1. So they're saying, yeah, we know you. You're Yashahime. You're the demon princess. We noticed you by your weird clothing. And just want to know, why do these girls have 2 sets of names? It's kind of weird. I'll talk more about that towards the end. And the owl was talking to her, telling her all the things that we heard him say in the first episode, literally word for word. And at this point, you see the bike seat, etc. So at this point, Sasuna goes back. Long day of demon hunting. Goes back. Heidi said, yeah, she said she was told that she was going to make sure she's not useless. And Sasuna makes some very funny dog puns, going, oh, I thought she was tame and would want to stay here, but the moment she lets off her leash, she leaves from the pack. I'm gonna go find her, blah 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 blah. And she's actually led all the way to the stream they were. Meanwhile, Moroha's right on top of, I think his name is Takichio, the annoying raccoon dog. This one is annoying. And she's flying on top of him like before and saying, man, I've gotten tasked with killing Kyokin of the Four Perils. We're getting a lot of big names in now. I wonder who would want, making these requests. And of course, the raccoon dog's like, yeah, you don't want to know, because Master Jubei said it's someone he can't even say no to. Which I hate characters like that are so up the ass of the person they work for. It seems like the tiny demons, the raccoon dogs, and the people, little fox demons like Shippo, seem to be the annoying archetype. Even though Shippo was okay, Shippo was cute. I was cool with that. This thing seems kind of annoying to me. That's just me personally. I digress. She somehow ends up meeting up with Setsuna. They end up in the same place, and she said, "Hey, I got another job for us. We gotta go, kill this person." She said, "Well, I gotta find, I gotta find Towa because she told Kaede, I'm not going towards the mountains. I'm just gonna go find her." And they're sniffing around trying to find her, and it's so funny that the raccoon dog says, "Well, Master Junpei said Towa's the most reliable out of all of you." And he takes out the same little shell he was using before to talk to Jubei. Don't know if it's like a radio or like something that picks up voices, but he can hear that she's talking with the Shogun, the deputy Shogun, and that weird owl man guy that's pretending to be the tea ceremony man. And so with that, they take off on him. They're going straight there. While they're taking off Kyoki, sorry, she's looking at them through a crystal ball, Power Ranger style, and it's saying that not only are we going to take the red pearl, we're going to take the silver pearl, we're going to take the red pearl back. And once I have all these pearls, because she has her own black pearl, once I take these pearls, I'm going to be stronger than Master Kiramaru, which I don't know if I've ever said earlier. I hate the name Kiramaru. You're just taking the thing Kirin and smashing Maru with it. Eh. All the other names were good, but Kiramaru just seems really lazy. I digress. So they are then ambushed by we see like the image of a tiny bear, and Kyoki sends out her servant Fubuki. Well, Setsuna and Moroha are ambushed by a giant snow and ice demon bear. Uh, Moroha has heard of this demon, and she's getting ready to put her rouge on, but Setsuna says, "Don't worry about it." She uses her swallow technique. It doesn't reach purchase. The bear sends out ice beam. Ice beam freezes, totally knocks Takeshio Maru, or Takeshio, the raccoon dog, knocks him out of that giant form and freezes him solid. So now they're getting ready to fight this thing, but Moroha's saying, "I don't think that this is the real thing. It seems like there is like that might be like a demon fogish that's just making us see that. So the real enemy is hidden somewhere." Meanwhile, Towa is listening to stupid little owl guy go on and on about the story of Inuyasha and things that have happened, things that happened over 14, 15 years, over decades and decades ago. And she closes eyes, she's sensing again, and she senses he's an apparition, but she can also sense the bear Fubuki that's in there. So using her power, which she's becoming she's becoming more useful and not useless like before. Uses her open, I believe it is her right hand, the same hand she holds the sword with, sending beams at the Fubuki, and she's able to correctly say that this is the thing that Moroha and Setsuna are fighting. Don't know how she would know that. Maybe she can sense that it's fighting, but she lets off the beams. Setsuna hears or smells Moroha's breath. I don't particularly remember, but no, I'm sorry, hears. My note says she hears her breath. Moroha, she hears Towa's breath. Moroha jumps high, sees the village, the place where she's at, can somehow also see Fubuki inside there, aims her sacred arrow, fires the sacred arrow, and while the little bear is dodging, I don't know how the deputy shogun and this fake owl guy is not seeing her attack this thing, but whatever. While it's dancing around, the arrow finds purchase, kills Fubuki, the ice and snow demon bear, giving them a chance to get away from that and make their way in. And we are just picking right back up at the end of episode 1. in episode 1, right? They did the recap for whatever reason. Or should I say, what happened before? Excuse me. So we're picking up. Everything's wrapping up like before. She takes the bike seat. They chase off the owl guy. The owl guy was going to attack Moroha, but Sasuna followed up behind her. Towa grabs the social study book. Tells the deputy shogun guy to be cool, stay away, and that's where the episode ended. The next episode, they're gonna finally get to Kiyoki, and they're gonna fight her. They're gonna fight the demon owl guy with the 4 eyes. He's gonna get a 5th one. Looks like he's doing like a beam, and apparently we might find out what happened with Inuyasha and Kagome. We might find out what happened with Ren. Ooh, this episode 8 looks like it's gonna be kind of interesting. So, I guess I want to actually give this episode a 4 because while I was kind of annoyed how episode 1 pulled this whole, oh, she's captured, we'll tell you what happened with our heroes before. Okay, she got out. And then episode 2 was like a fresh slate. I like how it was brought back. How they showed how they got there. How they showed what was going on with Moroha and Sasuna while they were while Towa was being regaled by this tale, and it was nice. I enjoy when, especially the fact that the conversation was word for word what exactly happened in the first episode. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate the work that goes into making sure everything is precise. So that's why I get a 4 out of 5. Theory time. I'm going to assume that there's more than 3 pearls. I'm going to assume that they're called rainbow pearls. Probably 7 of them. The 7 titular colors of the rainbow. Red, blue, yellow, orange, purple, green. I don't remember the other color. Please forgive me. And I'm not going to look it up live, but I'm pretty sure there's many other colors. Maybe they count black or silver. But, they do have a silver eye. So, I think there'll be 7 because the rainbows uses 7 colors, but the colors will vary, obviously. I'm going to assume that this Pirate Riki, it's going to be really annoying if he is another part of the Kirin Maru. If we're getting another Naraku type character, just don't GT this where it is a repeat of the first thing we saw, but with older characters and different characters who haven't been in this situation before. Don't do that. Make Kirin Maru his own thing. Don't let him go, oh hey guys, I split myself apart. This one's a pirate, and then I banished him. I hope that that's maybe a nephew or even a son of his. It would be nice if it was a son of his, because once the girls have to kill his dad, either he joins with them or he fights against them. That would be nice. It's very obvious because he said the same thing when he ate a grape. They both spit it out and said how horrible it tasted. So, yeah, this gets a 4. Gets a 4 out of 5 because, again, it did a nice little wrap up with the loop that we saw in episode 1. 2, showed us what happened behind the scenes. I really appreciate that. 3, we are more, not formally introduced, but we get to see the face of who the big bad is. And on top of that, we do get to see more of Kiyoki. I really hope Kiyoki does not die next episode. I hope she stays around a little bit longer. They can kill off the other random Four Perils. I think she's the one that might need to stay. Generally, tiger characters are a lot cooler. So, guys, tell me what did you think. Did you enjoy this episode? Do you like where things are going with this? Are you afraid of where things are going with this, like I am? Like, hoping that we don't get just another Naraku. Give us something good. Give us something different. Inuyasha, first Inuyasha had some great villains in between there. Not even including Naraku. The Band of Seven, that was a really good arc. Those were really good villains. The giant dragon that Inuyasha had to kill that his father couldn't even kill, that was something good in between. I hope Kirin Maru is a better longevity villain that isn't a repeat. But as always, Thank you for showing up with me. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to get notified of more videos like this. Please remember, you can also share the video and show people what a good time you're having and how informative these videos are. As always, be good and be blessed. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Black Lives Matter. And as always, I will see you next time.